Once known as Lorgar Aurelian or the Horizon, a Colchisian title meaning wisest of the wise, Lorgar now stands as a demon prince of chaos undivided and the Primarch of the World-Bearer's traitor legion. His tale begins long before the Horus Heresy, rooted in an unshakable drive to elevate humanity through faith and divine worship. Yet when the Emperor of Mankind spurned his devotion, Lorgar sought new gods, embarking on a fateful pilgrimage that led him to the ruinous powers of chaos. Hello lore lovers and welcome back to Liandrug, where we dive into the deepest stories of the Warhammer 40k universe. Today, we are exploring the tale of Lorgar Aurelian before he fell into the embrace of chaos. A Primarch of deep faith and passion, Lorgar's journey began with a vision of unity and belief, but his quest for spiritual enlightenment would soon take him down a dark path. So grab a seat, get comfy, and let's delve into the story of Lorgar before he became the Dark Apostle of the Gods of Chaos. Colchis was a land where faith filled the air, carried by the sun's warmth and the dust's taste. Its people worshipped ancient gods, their devotion as natural as breath itself. Once a world of great technology, it had long since fallen into feudalism, its past buried in the shadows of old night. Life was a cycle of hardship and fleeting joy, but through it all, the gods endured. When the Emperor's stolen Primarchs were scattered across the galaxy, Lorgar's capsule landed on Colchis, a theocratic world ruled by the Covenant, a priesthood devoted to a pantheon of four benevolent-seeming gods, none other than the Chaos Gods in disguise. Found by a nomadic tribe called the Declined, Lorgar was named Raincaller in their tongue. Yet, his fate changed when Corferon, an exiled priest of the Covenant, discovered him. Sensing greatness in the child, Corferon claimed him as a disciple, murdering the Declined to conceal Lorgar's origins. Under Corferon's harsh tutelage, Lorgar grew into a devout believer. Delving deep into the Covenant's teachings, his faith evolved into a conviction that a single supreme god, the One, bound the pantheon together. This belief clashed with Corferon's views, who sought to shape the boy for his own ambitions. Despite abuse, Lorgar's loyalty never wavered, even saving Corferon's during a mutiny. Lorgar's charisma and oratory skills soon earned him a following, elevating him to Archpriest of the Godsworn, a sect devoted to the One. Lorgar's rise culminated in a march on the capital, Varadesh, where his fiery sermons inspired conversions or rebellion. City by city, Colchis fell to his fate, often peacefully, though some resisted and were destroyed. The final stronghold, Gahivarla, fell when Lorgar parted a storm set to protect it, cementing his rule over the world. Corferon became High Priest of the Covenant, and Lorgar declared their mission far from over. Lorgar's vision of a bronze-armored warrior and a blue-robed giant intensified, fueling his prophecy of a divine arrival. Preaching that Colchis' true god would soon appear, he disrupted the Covenant's power, sparking jealousy among its leaders. Declared a heretic, Lorgar's followers defended him, splitting the Covenant into factions. This schism ignited a holy war, forcing every soul on Colchis to choose a side. The 6-year Schism Wars ended with Lorgar storming off the Covenant's Cathedral of Illumination, crushing the resistance to his doctrine. Though a third of Colchis turned against him, they were purged by his loyal warrior monks. Now the ruling archpriest, Lorgar promised his people that their god, the Emperor, would soon come to Colchis. Corferon confessed his lingering belief in the old gods, but acknowledged the One as supreme, aligning with Lorgar's vision for the world. The people of Colchis embraced Lorgar's victory after the Covenant, a triumph that solidified their belief in the old faith. This spiritual devotion laid the groundwork for the eventual downfall of the World-Bearers. In 857 Millennium 30, the Emperor's expeditionary fleet reached Colchis shortly after Lorgar's conquest. As the Emperor descended with Magnus the Red and the Thousand Sons, Lorgar knelt, believing he had finally met the god he had foreseen in his visions. The planet followed suit, hailing the Emperor as their divine savior. Lorgar's devotion was unmatched. He pledged his loyalty and prepared to lead the 17th Legion, the Imperial Heralds, in spreading faith in the Emperor across the stars. However, the emperor dismissed such worship, upholding the imperial truth, a doctrine rooted in reason and science, forbidding religion. Lorgar's conviction only deepened, interpreting the emperor's denial of divinity as evidence of his godhood. Colchis transformed into a realm devoted to the emperor. Massive celebrations erupted, but the emperor, uninterested in such reverence, sought to continue the Great Crusade. Lorgar, appointed commander of the imperial heralds, reshaped his legion with unwavering faith. Corferon, surviving the transformation into a superhuman warrior, became Lorgar's trusted lieutenant. Lorgar's belief in the emperor's divinity wasn't new. Since Terra's conquest, whispers of the emperor's godlike nature had circulated. For Lorgar, this faith predated his meeting with the emperor and endured despite the atheistic foundation of the imperial truth. During the Great Crusade, Lorgar penned the Lectitio Divinatus, a manifesto of faith that would later birth the imperial cult. Secretly, he nurtured this belief among his closest allies, including Erebus and Corferon, gradually transforming his legion's purpose. Hey lore lovers, if you're enjoying this journey through the depths of Warhammer 40k lore, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps my channel grow so I can bring more epic lore-filled content your way. Your support means everything, and with your help we can keep exploring these incredible stories together. The 17th Legion, once purveyors of the Imperial truth, became heralds of faith. Lorgar introduced chaplains, moral guides for his warriors, blending faith with war. Battles became rituals, cities burned as offerings, and conquered peoples were converted with solemnity. The Legion's transformation culminated in their renaming as the World Bearers, a reflection of their spiritual mission. Lorgar's campaigns lingered where others blazed forward. He spread belief in the Emperor as a god, building cathedrals amidst ashes and delivering sermons that inspired millions. The worlds conquered by the War Bearers prospered but carried the seed of their undoing. Rumors of their zeal spread, yet the vastness of the Great Crusade shielded their action from scrutiny. Beneath the surface, the seeds of heresy had been sown, waiting to take root. For nearly a century, Lorgar and the World Bearers Legion upheld unwavering loyalty to the Emperor, spreading compliance and tithe in his name. They revered the Emperor as a divine figure, constructing cathedrals and preaching his worship, a stark contrast to the Emperor's imperial truth, which rejected organized religion. Though initially tolerant of this devotion, the Emperor grew frustrated with their slow progress in the Great Crusade, prioritizing faith over conquest. The Emperor finally commanded Lorgar to abandon these religious pursuits. Humanity's future, he believed, lay in science and reason, not worship. Reports of the Legion's successes, including the slaughter of those who resisted their doctrine, pushed the Emperor to act. After deliberation, he tasked Robout Guilliman and the Ultramarines with delivering a powerful lesson. The Emperor's forces, including his custodies and Malcador the Sigillite, raised the World Bearers' cherished city of Monarchia, a symbol of their faith. Lorgar and his 100,000 Astartes were summoned to kneel amidst the ruins as the Emperor rebuked them, declaring he was no god and would not accept their misplaced worship. Departing without further punishment, the Emperor left Lorgar shattered, his faith crushed, and a shadow of despair lingered. Following Monarchia's destruction, the World Bearers seemingly reformed. They rejoined the Great Crusade with ferocious determination, leaving a trail of swift compliance. The Emperor appeared pleased by their renewed zeal, unaware of the truth. The 17th Legion had turned away from him. Behind this facade of loyalty, Lorgar sought answers to the spiritual void left by the Emperor's rejection. Whispers of the warp, amplified by his trusted advisors, Corferon and Erebus, planted seeds of doubt. They guided Lorgar to darker beliefs, promising the divine power of the Emperor had denied him. During this hidden transformation, dissenters within the Legion were purged, and plans were laid for a rebellion that would reshape the galaxy. For decades, the World Bearers secretly nurtured the corruption of chaos, preparing for the inevitable war. Driven by whispers of higher powers, Lorgar embarked on a journey into the unknown with his chapter of the Serrated Sun and Imperial Overseers. Their expedition led them to the Cadia system, near the immense warp rift later called the Eye of Terror. The local tribes, marked by violent ties and strange fate, welcomed Lorgar as a destined figure. Guided by the priestess Ingetel, Lorgar's search for truth took him deeper into heretical knowledge. Entering the Eye of Terror, the World-Bearers witnessed the ruins of the Eldari Empire. Ingetel, now a demon prince, revealed the primordial truth. The Chaos Gods were the true rulers of the Immaterium, and humanity's survival depended on accepting their worship. Lorgar embraced this revelation, believing it to be humanity's salvation. Returning to Cadia, Lorgar annihilated the planet's population to safeguard this forbidden knowledge. Though later resettled by the Imperium, Cadia's new inhabitants inherited the distinctive violet eyes, remnants of the Eye's influence. Meanwhile, the transformed warriors of the serrated sun became the first of the Gal Vorbak, marking the Legion's full descent into chaos. From this point, the World-Bearers abandoned the Emperor entirely, forging a dark path towards the galaxy's ruin. Lorgar's quest for enlightenment led him deep into the Eye of Terror. 43 years before Isvan V, he landed on Shanyata, a Kron world guided by the demon Ingetel, the Ascended. On its rust-red plains, Lorgar found the ruins of a once great Eldari city. Ingetel explained the Eldari's doom, their souls forever consumed by the Chaos God Slaanesh after their fall. Lorgar recognized echoes of humanity's old fate in this grim fate, where the faithful were rewarded and the unfaithful became prey for the Immaterium. As they explored, Lorgar discovered the wreckage of craftworld Zulasa, whose inhabitants perished at Slaanesh's birth. From the ruins emerged an avatar of Cain, the Eldari's shattered war god. Ingetel emphasized the lesson: even gods could fall. Lorgar ended the avatar's suffering with his Crozius, demanding to see the future. Transported to the Eternity Gate on Terra, Lorgar saw a vision of the Siege of Terra, with his World-Bearers clad in crimson, warring against Rogaldorn's imperial fists. He witnessed his most loyal son, Argel Tal, die in demon form at Sanguinius' hands. The demon revealed this as destiny. Next, Lorgar was shown the destruction of Tisca, Magnus the Red's capital. Ingetel explained that Magnus' fall was preordained, leading him to join Chaos and forge a stronghold in the warp. The gods needed humanity for worship to sustain their power, and Lorgar was chosen as their champion because only he and his legion would die selflessly for the primordial truth. Despite doubts, Lorgar realized the path laid before him, to spread Chaos's truths, gather new followers, and reshape humanity's destiny. On his final vision, he visited Magnus in his desolate tower on Prospero. Magnus, aged and broken, dismissed Lorgar as an illusion, casting him from his realm. Thank you for joining me, lore lovers. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Lorgar's early days, make sure to hit that like button, share the video with fellow lore enthusiasts, and of course, subscribe, as my next video will be about Lorgar after his fall into Chaos and post-Heresy. And don't forget to join the Liandrug Discord, where we can discuss all things lore in a cozy, welcoming space. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.